All right, Nick, let's talk about the Clemson Tigers. This is a team that's always in national championship contention because they know how to do things the right way. They are always different from other teams in that aspect. This is a team that has always had a strong culture, a lot of, discipline. They don't have as many off the field issues. It's a very, very strong family-based team. And Nick, that is why they have gotten the recruit they have signed today. This is a big time recruit who came to Clemson because of the culture, and I think the fans are going to love this guy.
Yeah, Miles, I agree with you 100%. Clemson Tiger fans should be excited about the direction the program is heading. It took a step back last year, not a big step, a little step, but still the fact that they seem to be reloading and the future looks really good for Clemson is a great sign. But before we get into that report, Clemson Tiger fans got a question for you guys to answer in the comment section below. Who is the best assistant coach now the Clemson Tigers football program has ever had? There's a lot of great names. Venables, of course, is probably at the top of the list for a lot of people, but there's been a lot of other great assistant coaches, especially during this recent run for the Clemson Tigers. So whoever you think the greatest assistant coach of all time is, give us that guy in the comment section below. Really interested what you have to say there. But all right, might as well throw it back to you. What's the latest out of Clemson?
Yeah, Nick, you'd almost say Dabo's specialty is assistant coaches. He's had a lot of great guys. He's been known for, propping them up. But another specialty of Clemson throughout the history that people don't know about is the running back position. They've had a lot of extremely good running backs in the past, going all the way back to the CJ Spiller days. Andre Ellington, a lot of great guys throughout the history of this program. But another one for the 2025 class, Nick. We're going a little bit ahead, 2 years ahead now. Clemson keeping that running back pipeline strong. Talking, of course, about Gideon Davidson. This guy really looks special. Let's get into the tweet here from Hayes Fawcett at On3Sports on Twitter, Nick. 4-star running back Gideon Davidson of the 2025 class has committed to Clemson. The 6-foot, 190-pound running back from Lynchburg, Virginia, chose the Tigers over Ohio State, Notre Dame, and others. He ranks as a top 70 player in the 25 class. I think he's going to climb even higher than that as the years go on here, Nick. But I really like why Davidson said he chose Clemson. He said, I considered academics, culture on and off the field, the staff, opportunity to win a national championship. That's a big one there. He said the development program for the running backs. He just went on and on. He talked about their offensive scheme. It's a lot of strong Christian ministry programs on campus. He said that there's just so much good at Clemson. He couldn't help but go all in for the Tigers. And I think this has been a trend lately, Nick. A lot of the guys we see in Clemson has gotten, I'd say in the past week or so, they've had a ton of major recruits come in and commit to Clemson because of the culture, because of the atmosphere, because of this coaching staff. And, Nick, I think another reason is because all the players love this team so much and they've gotten, a lot of great publicity in that aspect, they help recruit other players. And we talk about this all the time. And Davidson is no different. He said, as his message to other players in the 2025 class, why wait? Go all in as soon as possible. Then we can build a great 2025 class together. So I think this is really great news as well. We always say it, A players love A players. Good recruiting begets good recruiting. In Clemson, they show it is 100% true. But Nick, I'm excited. What do you think about Davidson coming to Clemson? What does this mean for the program?
So a few years ago, I would say a few years ago, basically the better part of a decade, right? Ever since Clemson became a national contender, I was always confused why all these top flight recruits would want to go to Clemson. I've been to Clemson. I've been on the campus. I've seen the stadium, the surrounding area. It's a very beautiful part of upstate South Carolina. It's a very charming small town kind of feel. But why would you go there? In my mind, like there's bigger cities, there's bigger towns, more interesting places all across the country, frankly, even in the Southeast. Even you look at Miami, you look at, even Florida State and Tallahassee has some interesting things. But Baton Rouge, Louisiana can be kind of interesting. Or you go to Texas, right? There's a lot of interesting things out in Texas as well. There's a lot of different things. Of course, you can go up to Columbus, Ohio, Ann Arbor, Michigan. There's a lot of different environments that have classic college football, big time environments. Not that Clemson isn't, but it's just kind of a different feel. And I'm just like, why are they always able to get these guys? I just didn't understand it. And as time goes on, I see this every single season. They pull in top flight recruits. I said every single one of them say culture, family, faith, environment, academics. And I'm starting to come around. It took me the better part of a decade, but it's like what Dabo Swinney has built there is bigger than how big the crowd is on Saturdays, or how great the party is after the game, or how big the city is, or how close it is to a beach or not close it is to a beach or a lake or whatever. That is a credit to what Swinney, and let's give it Swinney has in the entire organization, the entire program, the entire school. Let's give credit to everybody involved here. The environment at Clemson is so adaptive for these young guys to come in and feel like they're part of a family. They don't feel like they're above the school. They feel like they're part of the school. They're part of a program, part of something bigger than themselves. And that's kind of what Davidson is alluding to here. And this is one of those things. He's a high school kid. This is not something he just thinks up on his own. I'm sure he's a very smart kid. I've been around high school kids. We've all been high school kids before. High school kids don't talk that way. They are convinced that way. They're kind of brought up that way in terms of who's recruiting them and, of course, their family around them as well. The fact that that message is sold to the kid and the kid is 100% on board is a credit to CJ Spiller, who recruited this guy, by the way, and understanding that, hey, we want to go after kids who are looking for this environment. We're going to sell them on that. And that's exactly what Clemson has done. And they don't just sell them on it either, Miles. They deliver that promise. I am absolutely blown away how Clemson is able to recruit at such a high level just by selling them on culture, family, faith, all that kind of stuff, academics. No other program in the country is able to recruit at the level Clemson is. They outclass schools like Notre Dame. They're trying to sell the same thing. Stanford, very similar kind of dynamic. They're able to outclass them all just by focusing on those things. I am blown away at how good they continue to be continue to be as good as they are in terms of recruiting that way. And I think as long as that doesn't fall off, and there's no reason it should, I think they will continue to be a top flight contender in college football.